Hey everybody, I feel like doing a video. I'm outside at the park with my son enjoying life as being unemployed right now, and after my surgery gets done, that's when I'll start hunting for jobs again and start all over, probably somewhere in the computer field, in IT or something like that. I'll figure it all out when time comes. Can't do the hard labor jobs. But anyway, this video I'm going to do here is from a few comments I got from my videos that I did a few months ago from new subscribers and so forth, and how they commented, and even what Raw Dog's one of his newest videos that he came out with that I watched yesterday, that, you know, he said it a few times and a few times and a few times, and he's right on. And he's also wrong at the same time. So he was a 50-50. He was saying that if you believe that there's silver manipulation, that you're an idiot. Well, see, that's where he's wrong. There is silver manipulation, as well as gold manipulation, as well as stock market manipulation, and real estate. As I'm getting to the point is that there is no investment in this world that we can invest in that it's not fixed, tampered with by the ultra elite. Impossible. They're all fixed. Okay? This is why they never lose. They know where to put their money at all times, and always will. Even with this next collapse, they're still going to be in control. Okay? Don't matter if there's a World War III, Russia wins or we win, it doesn't matter. They're still going to be in control because they have all the power. Okay? They own the land, they own everything. Okay? So that ain't going away at all. So for him to say that it's not manipulated he's way off base there. But he's also right on in the part where he's saying silver is staying in the low 20s by all these precious metal dealers because that's all they can get for their silver. Okay? They would make it 40, 50 bucks and $100 an ounce right now for silver if they could get it. They can't get $100 an ounce for a regular Maple Leaf or American Eagle. Okay? There's a lot of silver available on the market. Tons, which is why the price is also staying very low. Okay, because if it wasn't that much silver around, the prices wouldn't be in the low 18s and still crash it again. Okay, it's almost back into the 17s again from another stock market crash today, and so it's just terrible. And that's the price of what silver is, and that's just it. We have to deal with it, and that's that. So if you want to make your claims that there's manipulation and SLV is knocking these prices down, well, you know what? That probably is making some of the price go down, maybe $1 or $2. But let me tell you, if there wasn't that much silver out there to purchase, silver wouldn't be $18 an ounce. It would be the $50 to $150 an ounce that you want to buy. Plain and simple. But here's the thing, that people always make things wrong about silver, that how they're going to corner this market, because I had a new subscriber said that if we have or get 10 million people that bought 100 ounces of silver every year, we can corner the market. Well, first of all, the math is way off base. And if you understand silver, that could never ever happen, even if people want it to happen. It could never happen because they make roughly a little more than 750 ounces of silver a year mining, and roughly a little bit more than 250 million ounces of silver through the recycling businesses. So that's 1 billion ounces of silver that investors could never ever get all of it in their hands, because what happens to the industrial use? How are they going to get their silver? The industrial will get the silver before the investors will. Okay, so if the industrial and medical use needed the 1 billion ounces of silver, we wouldn't get 1 ounce of silver to purchase. They're going to get it all because they need it all. Okay, that's why silver is the second most used commodity in the world, because of the medical use and the industrial use. It's not because of investors. Only 1% of people invest in precious metals. So we're not even touching the surface of how much silver is being mined and recycled for investors to purchase. So you got to know your stats before you do that. So to corner the silver market, will never be able to happen again without the citizens getting together to buy up all that, and it still ain't going to do much. You can clean out Atmex, Providence Metal, Scottsdale, but what's that really going to do to silver? $5-6, maybe $10, and now you got silver at 20 to 30. They got plenty of other silver to load up. Okay, so you want to be careful on what you're talking about on that area of cornering the market. And after the Hunt brothers cornered the market in the 1980s, which made silver hit its 50 for the first time. Okay, the Federal Reserve and the country and the United States government pretty much put laws past people from ever doing that again. Okay, so I just wanted to get that by that area. The next part of the video I want to talk about, people are still talking about silver's going to be the savior of an economic collapse. Well, I did a video that a while ago, a few months ago around Christmas time, and is it really preservation of wealth, I believe the name of the video is, and will it save you during a collapse? And I did that throughout the history. Gold and silver has never saved the citizens from any collapse ever in history before. Okay, gold came the closest if you had your money in gold, but back in 1929 it was pretty much real money still. Okay, in today's world it's a whole different story. There's no guarantee gold and silver is going to save you, and if there's a major collapse of the system and everything stops working, no more food in the supermarkets, nobody's going to take your gold, nobody's going to take your silver. The farmers are going to be raided by the 100 or 200 million people that are living in this country. People are going to be stealing everybody's food. Nobody's going to want your gold and silver to buy anything. Gold and silver is going to have such little value compared to water and food that it's going to be nothing. Just like how people view as their paper dollars right now are nothing compared to gold and silver, that's what gold and silver is going to be valued compared to gold and water. Nothing. You can't eat gold, can't drink gold, and there's not going to be enough food around. People are going to be raiding food. You can't be going up to farmers, hey, I got a couple ounces of silver and gold, can I buy your corn? What corn? You're too late. The 10 million people the next city over took it all. I ain't got nothing to give you. So I don't know why people are saying gold and silver is going to save you in the next collapse. Throughout mankind, it never saved anybody. It has value. It's going to be the only thing of value after the collapse. But during a major collapse, it ain't going to do anything. Nothing's going to... You know what's going to save you? Food, water, shelter, and probably guns, and a nice small community of people. That's good, Ryan. So, don't get hyped up on these Chris Dwaynes and all these other people talking about, oh, the collapse, you got to get your silver now. Don't buy into that. It's a bunch of BS. It never did in history save you. It probably never will. I hope I'm wrong because I got plenty of silver and plenty of gold. So if that does happen, I'm going to be very, very happy. At the same time, very sad as everything around me is totally disaster. And let me tell you, this is probably the reason why only 1% of the people invest in precious metals. When do they rise? During horrible times, disaster times. Who wants to invest in disastrous times? That the only time you're really going to appreciate your value and your investment is when things collapse. Okay, people don't want to hear that. People don't want to invest in that. They want to invest in things that are doing well, and the economy's doing great, the stock markets and the housing markets and bonds and all that other stuff. They don't want to be investing in these precious metals and say, oh yeah, all I need now is a world economic collapse while everybody's killing everybody for my gold and silver to be worth something. Seriously? If that's what you're really investing in and looking for the future, then you got some issues. And when that does ever do happen, you're going to be regretting that it did happen. I don't care, gold could be $100 billion an ounce. You're going to be hurting. You are going to be hurting. Silver could be $10,000 an ounce. If there's a major collapse of the system, you're going to be hurting. Don't care what you got. So I just want to point this out. My newcomers, What's up? I don't know. Stop making it dirty. I'm making a little quick video here. So if everybody please add your comments and likes, and just wanted to share it out to the newcomers and so forth. Hold on, Ryan. And so I don't buy into that. And for those newcomers, don't listen to those Chris Dwaynes. Stick with your gold and silver for other reasons, as the preservation of wealth, hopefully, since the 1990s or since 1970s, since we got off the gold standard, it pretty much went upwards after doing time. So I'm sure within the next 10 years, if there's no collapse of the system in 20 years from now and so forth, that it's going to be valued a lot more than it is now. And the whole question is, how's everything else going to be valued? The house is going to be $10 million a piece. Okay? You don't want your $1,000 an ounce silver if there's a hyperinflation, because you didn't get anywhere. Okay? Don't listen to these Chris Dwaynes and Mike Maloney's about inflation. Silver's going to be $1,000, $1,500 an ounce. We don't want that. Okay? With hyperinflation, you don't want that. You're back in the same shoes as you are now. It's $1,500 an ounce to buy your silver. But how much you think bread's going to cost you? How much eggs? A gallon of gas? A home? Heating your house? Paying your bills? What is that going to be at? Thank you for watching. Please comment. Love everybody and have a great day.